All right, what's up, guys? Let's get this thing kicked off. Let some people join in, and we'll get started. I was trying to get a bunch of stuff done today, so this live is probably going to be a little bit later than I wanted to do it, but I had to do some running around and stuff. So, anyways, we're here. I'm gonna get this fan going though. It's a little warm in here. All right. All right. You guys like my shirt? List of people who I trust in my car. It's not many. So I've been trying to, and we'll get into it more today. I have been, just the last few minutes, just been nonstop stupidity from people that are trying to buy stuff that I'm listing for sale. And straight up, I don't know if there's any Honda lovers on this channel at this point in time. I know I've made a bunch of S2000 content, but Honda people absolutely suck when it comes to buying and selling stuff. They are the cheapest, most annoying people to try to sell stuff to. And I'm saying that as, you know, somebody that used to, you know, only have Honda vehicles for a while when I was growing up as a kid. But they're absolutely nightmares. If you guys look at my stories I just put on Instagram, I'm just straight up just calling people out now. If people send me stupid messages on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or wherever, I'm just gonna straight up just post it, because it's literally like comedy. Like these people are so out of touch with reality that it is just like, it's just mind-boggling. Like, for example, I have, well, actually I'll show you. Here, I'll just show you guys. Funnier that way, maybe. Okay. So I'll show you how this one conversation went. Too bad I can't put it on the screen. It'd be even better. Okay. So I had a test pipe that I was going to sell, right? So this person says, how much is shipping to, and they're Zip. They're in California. I was asking, how much was I asking for it? I think I was asking $60 for the test pipe. You guys know what test pipes are anyways. So I said $75 ships, so including shipping, $75. He messages back, I don't know if you guys can see it, could you do $60 including shipping? And I said shipping is $18. I said that's USPS priority, so you will have it in 1 day. He said, may I know, so these people, they'll start off by lowballing you before they even know if they want it. May I ask what year of S2000 it was off from? So, I don't know, bad English. So I responded, if it's all years, because every year S2000 exhaust is similar as far as, you know, test pipes and stuff. If it's all years, 2000 to 2008, I said. And then he goes, but mine is an 07, and I believe it will have a check engine light. And I just responded, okay, then don't buy it. It's like the guy is saying that he doesn't think it's going to work, but then he lowballs me and wants to know if I'll ship it. So that's number one. Here, I'll give you another one that's pretty funny. So I'm selling, if you guys don't know, I have like 2 spare front bumpers for the S2000 because I was planning on tracking it heavily, and I bought some extra parts. I bought spare front bumpers and spare fenders, thinking that if I went off the track and destroyed something, I would have an extra bumper or fender to throw on it. So that was the original plan, but I still have that stuff. Maybe I can still do it. With me moving, and it's pretty official right now that I am going to be moving, I just didn't want to have all the extra stuff to have to lug around. So here's another one. So this guy asked me, how often do you come to LA? And I'm like, not too often. I'm like maybe an hour and a half away from LA. So the guy says, what's the lowest price you would consider for the yellow bumper? And just so you guys know, I put for sale, the bumper's for sale for $90. A whole bumper, an OEM Honda S2000 bumper that's a discontinued car, and I don't even know if they make OEM bumpers anymore for them. So anyways, it's a complete bumper. It's not all beat up. It's fine. And it even comes with a Honda emblem, and it comes with a whole front lip. The lips are usually $150, $200. So anyways, I said, I mean, it's a bumper that comes with a lip and emblem. It's got EK fog lights, and for $90, how much cheaper are you trying to get it? He responds, I dunno, LOL, gas money, question mark, haha. Like, I'm just so over it. But anyways, that's my rant for today. That's just like the beginning of it. I had other people, like I had some furniture I was trying to sell, and people were like, hey, can I come get it? You know, what's your address? First they asked what city you were from, and it says on the listing, hey, what city are you from? I tell them the city I'm in. Even though they can't read what city I'm in from the listing, because it says right on it. I said, it's on the listing, and they still didn't know, so then I had to tell them in the message, this is what city I'm in. I tell them, and then they go, okay, can I come get it now? Sure. What's the address? I give them the address, and then like an hour goes by. Hey, sorry, I don't think I'm gonna be able to come. You're too far. So just complete waste of time. I'm just over it. Probably why I haven't sold all that stuff anyways. But let's get to some of your comments. Cameron says, hi, what's up? Cameron? Cameron? I would say Cameron, but Cameron is the spelling. Matt saying, what's up, dude? 92 whoa. Lowering my Dakota 3-4. Nice, nice. Tyler, hell yeah, brother. Yes, sir. What's up, Tyler? Any recommendations for lowering your Dakota? It's 3-4. I think you should be okay with a 3-4, but not too many recommendations. Just don't go too low, otherwise you're gonna be smacking the. Especially, well, it depends. If you're just an RT already and you're gonna put a big, drop kit on it on the RT springs, you'll be smashing the frame on the axle like I was. But Matt Stang says, "What up? What up, Mr. J Magoo? Welcome back, yes sir. It's good to do a live. I haven't done a live in a while. It's been pretty hectic. Eric, glad to see you made it home. Yes sir. It's all home for now, right? I mean, I'll get into that pretty soon, but I don't think I'm gonna be here too much longer by the looks of it." Matt Stang with all the emojis. At the end of the day, it's still Honda, I know, right? Darren, hello there, the busy traveling fella, I know, right? Did you sell your home? Yes. Sorry, maybe you already said it, I missed. No, I haven't got into it too much today, but I'll tell you guys the details on that in a second. Tyler, Asadi, what's up? Are you Canadian? Yes. Mr. Top, Van Door. Don't know what that means. Jay, people can be, I know, right? It's just crazy. Tyler says, sometimes really hate that I like Hondas. I mean, they're fun cars. Like, it just sucks that people own them are, like, just brutally cheap. I mean, not all of them, but, like, 99.9% of them. I don't know if I'm gonna mess up your name, but oh hey Boosted, nice to see you live. Any plans on a regular cab, half-ton Hellcat build? I just got a 2021 regular classic cab. Already got it torn apart for a paint job. Yeah. So once we relocate, that is the plan. I do want to get a single cab. I also want to do some other stuff, so I just don't know which one's gonna happen first. It really depends when we find the donor. I got a few things on the go. So there's some. Let's get into it. So I'm going to just rip through these comments real quick, and then I want to tell you guys some exciting stuff, because I'm excited about it, so we'll share it. Yeah, so I will be doing a single cab. I just don't have an exact date for you guys. Ben says, hey John, how's it going? Just going to be listening in, currently driving to Williams Lake, British Columbia, Canada, from Merritt. Nice, nice. Yeah, no problem, man. Hopefully, that's interesting. I'd be curious, Ben, what your opinion is on the audio, because I know so many guys do, like, guys, girls, whatever, they do podcasts. So I'm wondering if some of our content would be good to convert just to audio. Sell me the Viper, please. Well, there's lots of them for sale, but they are not cheap. But mine is not for sale. Jay says, just don't list stuff for free. You will get messages like crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, eventually, if I have stuff that I was gonna throw out, I'll put it for free, but just not yet. Proto says, Canadian, oh sick, I'm from Alberta, right on. Mustang says, I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky right now for the NMRA. I love Bowling Green, right on. Tyler says, it's a stereotype Honda owners that I hate. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with the brand. They build, good little motors, but jeez. Mr. J Magoo says, give a thumbs up. I agree. If you guys are in here, give it one of these. Helps the algorithm, and gets more people on our channel. So hit that thumbs up. Ty's eyes is shiny. So I got a 92 Nissan hardbody. I'm swapping a 2000 Ram 1500 360 and trans into. What do you think will be the best way to run the wiring and computer swap over from the Ram? I don't know about the best way to do it. I mean, it's nobody's ever really done that. I don't know, maybe somebody's done it, but you're just gonna have to make it as tidy and neat as possible, right? So you're obviously gonna have to fit all the wiring and the guts and all the fuse boxes over. So yeah, it's hard for me to say which way is the best way to do it, but just trying to make it as neat and organized as possible. Trying to map it out. I would assume probably putting it, obviously, it's not like your fuse box is going to be on the driver's side and all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, let's put the fuse box on the passenger side. I would try to follow the layout of your RAM wiring harness rather than try to, like, for example, if the fuse box happens to be on the passenger side of your Nissan, I would, you know, follow the layout of the original harness rather than trying to extend a bunch of wires. But that would be about the only advice I could give you for something that custom. ProCharge Mopar says you headed to Texas, I assume. What city? You headed to Texas, I assume. What city? Yeah, I don't know what city just yet, and I don't know that it's necessarily 100% Texas. It depends. Like, what I'm gonna do is kind of a little bit risky, but I think it's gonna be fun, interesting, and gonna be the best situation. Once this is, you know, this place is wrapped up, I'm going to put everything in storage, and I don't want to just buy a house in an area that I've never been to or spent any time in or any of that stuff, so I can put everything in storage, and then I'm going to take the camera along with me, so I will be still uploading, but I'm going to go and kind of hang out in some different areas, be a little bit of couch surfing, a little bit of Airbnb, and, you know, staying with friends, family, and probably might end up being, you know, a bit of a rental situation. But what I want to do is just kind of bounce around, see what areas I like best, and I really want to, you know, search for the perfect place, because what I'm trying to get is a house that has a detached shop, so we have way more room. I don't have to, like, if you guys have ever seen the side of my home now, like, trying to get the trailer down the side of it is, you know, it's a tight fit, so I have to have, like, a spotter and stuff. I would much rather have, like, more open area, a little bit of land, so I can have a trailer, maybe another trailer. I could get, like, a motorhome. I can get more projects and just more space overall. So that's what I want to find, but I want to find it in a warm climate. As everybody keeps pointing out, I am originally from Canada, and I'm just done with the cold. It's not like me trying to be a girl. I used to be racing snowcross in the winter, in the snow every winter, staying outside, and I'm just done with the snow. So that's what I want to just make sure I'm staying in a, you know, warm climate, and I don't want to have to deal with winter. I paid my dues. It was like 26 years of it's like 26 years of just, you know, being in the cold and all that stuff. So let's see what other questions we got. Ben says audio is good. And I love a good podcast for all my highway drives. Yeah, that's how I used to read a lot of books, but now that I'm just so busy, I find that if, you know, I'm in the house or something, I'm usually doing something or working on something. So I do a lot of audiobooks, which is pretty good. So on my drive, when I was driving across country, I was listening to a lot of audiobooks, which I'm on board with the podcast. Also listen to some Joe Rogan podcasts too. Jarvis also thought about going Sniper EFI. Yeah, that would be a lot simpler for sure. It's, you know, it depends what your budget is. If you already have the other harness, it'd be cheaper, but Sniper EFI would be a good choice too. Darren says, John, do you think $1,000 fee to have a local company do dyno tuning on shop floor dyno with HP tuning too much? They want me to drop for normal or for morning and pick up at the end of the day. Any additional tweaking is free. That's not terrible. I would have to ask, is that, like, are you providing the HP tuners, you know, handheld or the device with the credits, or is that them buying the credits in that $1,000? Because the credit, well, I guess if it's a Magnum, it's only gonna be one credit. One credit's like $75, but I mean, converted to Canadian, might be about $100 for the credit. So if what I'm assuming is correct, you're probably like $900 that they're actually charging you, and dyno time is usually a little bit pricey. That's good that they're, you know, any follow-up tuning though is free. I mean, it's not terrible. I would probably say a little more normal would be maybe the $600 to $800 range, but if there's some credits in there, it might be a little more. Plus, I mean, the price of everything is going up, so I used to be paying, like, you know, $500 to $800 for dyno tune, like dyno time with the person tuning. But that was back then, so I'm sure prices have inflated. Jay said, it sounds like a good plan. Good luck. Thank you, man. Am I still with that hot-ass chick? Could be. I'm all over the place, guys. I'll keep you posted on that situation. ProCharge MOPAR, very good plan. Eggs and land are cheaper on the outskirts. Eggs? I guess eggs. I do eat eggs. Taxes are way less too. Yeah, that's true. Darren says, no, they're doing all the HP credit stuff. Yeah, so they got like $100 in a credit, so consider it like $900 really. The $100 is kind of a wash that they're going to end up having to pay for the credit, so they got $900 in it if you can factor in the credit. So it's not terrible, like I said. I think it probably could be a little bit cheaper. You can maybe beat them up $100 or $200, but that's your call. Okay, so kind of ripped through all the comments for now. So here's the situation. So this place is sold, and like I said, I'm gonna end up going on the road and kind of checking out what's the best case scenario. And as far as what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna have some. Like I said, you guys have already seen. You guys can probably, I'm not a millionaire by any stretch of the imagination or anything like that. But I've been sinking in a lot of money back into the channel. I'm sure you guys can already see that, right? Like, we got the Dodge Viper. We've got the Hellcat with the Hellcat swap. I've got another Hellcat swap lined up. I picked up the Viper swap. I still have the 5.7 engine that we're going to do a swap on. So, like, all my, free cash or whatever, I've just been, preparing cool stuff for the future for the channel, as you can probably imagine, and it's not like it's free. It's a good chunk of money, but I thought those were good investments for what we're doing. So with that being said, I don't have a ton of free cash. Like, yeah, it'd be cool if I could be the guy that just goes out and buys a brand new TRX and makes a bunch of content with it, but I don't have that kind of money. So what I'm thinking is, I was originally considering, if you guys saw the video that I did with I swear I'm always going to mess up his name. Kevin Van Voors. I think that's how you say it. But if you guys saw the video I did with Kevin, I stopped off in Amarillo, Texas. He's got a bunch of Hellcat content. Super cool stuff. Nice guy, too. He's selling his Charger Hellcat, and it's fully built, 8-second car. I think he finally actually sold it. I was considering maybe buying that. But, he wanted like 60 grand, I think. It's 2016, but he's got a ton of money in that thing. It only has like 15,000 miles on it. Obviously, pretty hard miles if he's raced her back. Wheel of Doom over here. Let's make sure she comes back, and then I'll continue my story. Okay, I think we're back. All right, so I think it lagged out for a second. So, yeah, we could easily, buy a car that's already built and just go racing with it. But rather than do that, my buddy Steve pointed out that it'd probably be better content and it would be more affordable if we were to just start our own project. So what I think I'm going to do is, I got a few ideas. I still want to do, this is what we have in queue. Single cab. Are we back? Let's see. Somebody said no audio. Let's make sure everybody can hear me, and I will continue. So make sure you can hear me, and then we'll continue. Just drop a little chat there, a comment in the chat, so I can make sure we're back, good to go. All right, so we're back. So a few things are in queue. I just don't know what order they're going to come in. I've been saying this for a while. I do want to get like a Challenger. I think I really want to get a Challenger and build that thing and be able to go racing with it. And not just a Challenger. I want to build like a Hellcat Challenger. So I was thinking a few things. I want to try and get some sort of Challenger. Probably end up getting, I don't know if it would be a red eye or just a regular Challenger. But I want to get one of those from Copart. But I want to try and get one of those. It'll be a project, and we'll rebuild that thing. It says audio is cutting out. Huh. Let's see. I don't know if it's a fan. I highly doubt it's a fan. Your audio is cutting out. Jeez, we're breaking all sorts of stuff around here. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Shouldn't be anything on my side there. All good. Everyone says you can hear me. Some guys it was cutting out. I think it might have just chopped for a minute. For some reason it kind of just messed up. Def can't hear either. Let's see. If this live stream messes up, I can always restart it. Some people can hear, some people can't. There might be a little bit of a delay where we couldn't hear. It's all good, loud and clear. Audio is good. Audio is good. Okay. Like I said, I think it was kind of messing up for a second there on YouTube's part. Nothing messed up on my computer. It just can't hear. Huh. Some people can't hear. Try just closing. If you guys can't hear, try just closing it and opening it back up, because I think it's coming through. Oh, you guys probably can't even hear me say that though. Let me type it. Let's see. Let's see. Well, I'm just typing in the chat because obviously they can't hear me telling them to restart their browser. Cutting in and out, maybe restart stream. I'll restart it if we have to, but let's just see if some guys close their browser if it comes back. Okay, yeah, so it looks like closing it and reopening is working for everybody. All right, so let's let everybody rejoin. Just let me know. Everybody's good. Okay, so everybody that restarted it seems to work, so we'll keep going. Okay. All right, so we're back, guys. So here's the plan. So I don't know necessarily what order. I'm going to put the fan back on me since that wasn't it. I got some cool stuff on the way. So obviously you guys know we got the Hellcat swap with the 8-speed. That's in the garage. We already have the Dakota. I got a 5.7 Hemi swap or engine that we can decide what to do with. And then we also have the Viper engine swap, and I'll tell you guys what we're going to do with that. So amongst all those swaps that we have, what I do want to do is I'm thinking the Hellcat's swap, that's going to be, the new home for that is going to be a single cab Ram, a 4th gen. So that's one project. The 5.7 Hemi is what I'm thinking for that engine, is I want to put that in some sort of drift build. I'm thinking either putting that into a Mustang for a couple reasons. One, I think it'll be good content. It'll bring some Ford guys over, you know, kind of maybe piss them off, or maybe it might not be good attention, but I think it'll get some attention, being being that we're kind of sacrificing a Ford and putting a Hemi into it. But I think it'll be cool content. The other reason why I want to put it in a Ford is because they're cheap. I can get a Ford car, Ford Mustang, pretty cheap. And they make angle kits for them for drifting. I don't know anything about drifting, so it'll be a new experience. So, you know, I'll learn along with you guys. And, you know, building the car, you know, learning how to drift, I think it'd be a fun thing to get into. Plus, in me learning and, you know, trying to get into this drift scene, if I smack it off the wall, there's, you know, Ford Mustangs are dime a dozen. If I really wreck it, I can always just get a whole new car, or I can get parts for it, you know, super cheap. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for the 5.7. I think it would be a cool little project. And then the Viper swap, what I'm going to do is I want to put the new Viper swap into my Viper. And then when that Viper, you know, the current power plant that's in my car, we'll take that out, and then we'll figure out what kind of cool thing to put it in. So I just haven't decided what to put it in. So those are a few things that are coming. And then I know my audio is messing up a little bit, but I'll kind of just say it again. What I want to do as well is I want to get a Hellcat car, like an actual Hellcat car that's, you know, already ready to go. Personally, you know, some guys like the Charger, some guys like the Challenger. I prefer the Challenger, so I want to get a Challenger. I kind of want to get one wrecked or salvage, whatever, you know, damage it may or may not have. So I'm kind of thinking of going on Copart, getting a wrecked Challenger Hellcat, and building that into something that we can go and race. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. I prefer to get a red eye, so hopefully if I can get my hands on a red eye Challenger Hellcat, I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to do. So, but all of that comes once we get relocated. I'll have more room for projects. I'm going to try and get a place that has a bigger shop workspace on, so that we'll be all set for that stuff. So, let's see what you guys are saying. Piss them Ford boys off, Josh says. Which engine is in the Mustang? So yeah, I'm thinking of putting the 5.7 Hemi in the Mustang. I think that'd be plenty of power for drifting, and then we can always, we can always go crazy with that. We can always, twin turbo it or something later and put some pistons and rods in it. So, Darren says I'm a professional drifter up here in Canada in the winter snow. I know, right? Might be some people's internet too. Nice plan, can't wait. Thank you. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to on that whole scenario. I think it's gonna be fun, but I definitely have a lot of craziness up ahead of me. Right now I'm trying to just get organized around here so that I think it's like, yeah, pretty much like 30 days from now, you guys. Like, that's really pushing it. A bunch of stuff is for sale too. I don't know what kind of crowd we have in here right now, but I'm trying to minimize the amount of stuff that I have. Depends if you're local or not. Just off the top of my head, as far as stuff that I'm trying to get rid of, like I said, if you're local or not local, I guess it depends whether it makes sense if you guys want any of the stuff. I have two doors, Dakota doors. I don't know if you guys need anything for them. Originally, I got them just for the mirrors, but the guy gave me the whole door attached to it. So I've got two doors. I have still one electric fan for Dakota if you guys need that. I've got an AEM boost gauge I need to get rid of. What else? I've got a chrome grill from the Laramie, so I have a complete chrome grill for the 4th gen Ram. I have that top plastic piece that was on the 4th gen Ram, the 2-piece chrome bumper. I got that top plastic thing that I need to get rid of. I just sold today the 4th gen Ram RT wheels, so those are gone. I have the Viper wheels that were on the Dakota, the SRT10 wheels, Viper SRT10 wheels that were on the Dakota. I've got those for sale. So the black ones, the ones, if you guys have been with the channel for a while, if you're an OG to the channel and you guys remember the Viper wheels, the SRT10 wheels that we had on the Dakota for a while, I have those that we're selling. They still have rear tires on them, they need front ones, but send me a message, direct message, private message, email message, however you guys want, to try to get some of that stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That's most of the stuff. I have all the S2000 stuff that I was telling you about that I'm trying to get rid of as well. So just trying to minimize. Oh, a big one, the dash. So if you guys are thinking about doing like a dash conversion, I have the complete stuff that you need to do a dash conversion in your Dakota or Durango or whatever you're trying to put it in. Or you can put it in something else, but I have the complete Charger dash frame. I've got the pad, the dash pad that I had already modified to fit my Dakota, so I have that. And I have the complete center console armrest from the Hellcat as well. So I have a pretty much exact same stuff that I used on mine. I have a spare set of that. So hit me up if you guys want it, because I don't want to drag it across the country. So, send me a message if you guys might be thinking of doing something crazy like that, and we'll work something out, because I got a bunch of stuff that I got to liquidate, because I have way too many spare parts to be trying to move right now. So that's why I'm trying to either sell some of this stuff or I'm going to end up throwing some of it out. So if you're interested in anything, hit me up. Let's make it happen. ProCharge MOPAR, going to show them LS boys what a Hemi can do in their favorite swap vehicle. Sweet, I know, right? Well, the other reason why I was picking a Mustang is because since they're made to have like a dual overhead cam engine in there, like not necessarily a Coyote motor, but and I'm not huge on my Mustang motors, but I know the earlier Cobras had a dual overhead cam as well. So those ones, like the engine bay is huge on them. So I think the Hemi should be able to drop in there. So that's my game plan. Eric says, looking forward to the regular cab 4th gen content. Yes, sir. Me too, man. That one's going to be a good one because I don't think it's going to be as intense. Like a lot of the stuff with the Hellcat's going to be plug and play. Clayton says, can you see my comments? I can see your comment. Doc says, what's up? What's up, man? Will says, hey, John, can you put your other Hellcat engine into a Grand Caravan? See, everybody wants to see that because I know you guys all saw the concept, but like drawing a picture of a car or a van is a little bit different than actually getting it done. So the layout and the architecture of the minivan is like not anywhere near capable of having that engine in there. Like you would be sitting on top of the engine if you put that big heavy engine under there. If you look at the way a lot of those Caravans are made, the engine is pretty much under the dashboard. So if you were to put that Hellcat engine into that minivan, you would have to move the whole firewall back, probably like a foot, just to even fit that. So you would be sitting probably in the back seats, and the dash or the windshield would be like way away from you. That would be like a insane huge project. So I don't think I'm gonna tackle that one, you guys. I think that would be way too much work and effort for something that would be kind of, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of silly looking, but I know the rendering looks cool, but yeah, trying to actually get it done is a different story. Clayton says, I have a 2000 Dodge Durango with 5.2 V8, and I was wondering if I should motor swap it or build it. I would Hemi swap it. I know everybody hates me for saying get rid of the Magnum, but bang for your buck. You're going to spend a lot of money trying to make that 5.2 or 5.9 Magnum go fast. So I would Hemi swap it. That's just my opinion. Hey John, is there sport mode or eco mode on a 2013 Ram 1500 Express 6-speed? No, there's no. Well, there is the eco mode. Well, yeah, you'll still have like, it'll still shut down into 4-cylinder mode, but there's no sport mode necessarily. So it'll shut down into like, if you just drive around, it'll try to save fuel. On a 2013 it would. It'll shut down some of the cylinders. Doc says, any chance you'll add the SRT4 to the mix? Maybe do some crazy setup for the 4-cylinder boys. I had one of those before, I think I mentioned, but right now I'm just sticking with the big major stuff. So all the V8, the Hemi stuff, and I'm having fun doing that. So plus I've got so many projects queued up for the Hemi stuff, probably, and even the Viper stuff. Probably just going to stick with that for now, but you never know in the future. But for now, probably just going to stick with that stuff. David says, do you have any Hellcat Dakota merch? I haven't put anything with the Hellcat yet. I got to make that. But I do have, like, if you guys go to the Teespring link, maybe I can actually share it here so you can see it. It's got the Dakota, and it says Boosted Motorsports on it. So click and share. I don't know, this thing's acting funny today. But yeah, if you guys go to the Teespring links, you can check out the Hellcat Dakota, or sorry, the Dakota shirt. Let me see if I can link it for you guys. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Dakota RT. Oh, it's right here. Let me switch this. Okay. So yeah, so this is the only Dakota shirt I have at the moment. So you can get in different colors. Let's see what colors they have actually. So we got this, like you can pretty much get in, actually have a lot of colors on this. There you go. You get a pink one, not that you want that color, but there's a ton of colors you can get with this Hellcat Dakota stuff, or at least single cab Dakota, I should say. Doesn't necessarily show that it's a Hellcat on that shirt, but I'll try to make some stuff. You kind of have to, that's one thing, you kind of have to watch out with, using different brands and stuff like that, or, logos, because you can get into some copyright issues. But yeah, there's all sorts of colors on that and different sizes, whatever size you can get into. 4XT, holy smokes, that's a big size. So I'll link that if you guys don't already have it. Let me put it in the chat here. So there you guys go. But yeah, we have all sorts of stuff. My favorite, if you're asking me what my favorite is, let's see. Let me go back to the Boosted Motorsports store. Yeah, so I mean, you can get hoodies too, if you guys don't already know. And they come in a ton of different colors. Like I left the options pretty widespread. I really like these hoodies actually. I gotta order myself another one. There's a lot of colors on these too. Like purple or whatever. A million colors. Yeah, my favorite out of all this gear, I like the the newer logo that I've made. If this thing wants to go back, let's see. Oh, it's got 5 million things. Let's see. I think it's easier to go up here. Let me show you which one I like. So yeah, we got hats. Look at that. We even got phone stuff. We got the Boosted Motorsports hoodies. Here's the black ones. These ones are pretty nice too. The all black. We got some. These are the premium ones. So these are like a nicer material. We got the black, the red, the gray. Got a bunch here. But yeah, going back to these are the ones that I like the most is this one. So it just says boosted across it. It says motorsports real small in there, but that's probably my favorite one so far. What the heck is that thing? Look at that. We got a boosted Rona mask. Alright, let me get out of here. I'm starting to get too crazy. Alright, we'll switch it back to the main screen. I don't think there's any zip-up hoodies. Well, let's see. Let me scroll up some of your comments here. I don't want to miss anybody. I'm hoping it'll be easy finding a new place to make the magic happen. Yeah, I'm really excited. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm kind of nervous at the same time too, because you know, not knowing where I'm gonna be or where I'm gonna end up. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. I think you'd have to be a bit of a lunatic to not be somewhat worried about that. But along with that, I am like super excited because I think all said and done, as long as I take my time finding the right place and I don't like rush it, I think it's gonna be super cool because I can just sit back and just wait until there's like the ideal place and then jump on that property, right? And then, like I said, I want to get a place that, you know, I can maneuver my trailer around really easy. If I want to go pick up a project, I don't have to sit there and, you know, squeeze my truck, you know, through palm trees and stuff like that to try to get it in and out and need a spotter. I want to be able to just bring my truck out, hook it up, and take off and get going, right? And, you know, a place that I can have multiple projects, you know, new stuff coming, and not only that, but I'm kind of looking forward to having like the garage on my house where I can just park, like, keep the Viper or the SRT10, like, you know, clean cars that we're not necessarily doing anything with, keep those in the main garage so that they stay dust free, and then we have a workshop where we can do all the cutting and grinding and fab work and all that stuff, because that's one of the pain in the butts right now. I know it sounds like a little bit petty to be complaining, but constantly, like, whenever I'm working on stuff, the SRT10 and the Viper are just getting covered in dust and all that stuff, and I constantly have to cover them up. Anytime I want to bring out the SRT10 or the Viper, it's absolutely filthy, and I gotta wash it every time, even if I'm not driving it. So it'd be nice to not have to deal with that and just have a workspace, and then have, like, you know, an area where everything is just clean and ready to go. So yeah, I'm excited, a little nervous, but I think it's gonna be a good move. Sean says, do a first gen Dodge Dakota with the Hellcat motor. I kind of feel like I've already like kind of done that in a way, right? Obviously not first gen, but I just feel like we've done the Hellcat Dakota thing. I want to do something a little bit new, fresh for everybody. Will says, or first gen Dakota with the Viper engine. Yeah, that'd be crazy too, right? You know what, the Viper engine would probably be best, you know, easiest at home in the actual second gen Dakota, because same generation, so the computer would pretty much be like plug and play on that one. It'd be a little bit easier if we were gonna try to do something like that, but I don't think we're gonna necessarily be just building a bunch of second gen Dakotas. We're gonna diversify a little bit so that we get more people gravitating towards, you know, the channel. We gotta kind of please a little bit of everybody. Darren says, John, is $1,200 Canadian here too much for SRT10 Ram rims like the originals on your truck? I will say that if they are OEM, like they're actually original, I would jump all over that, because if you guys got to remember, the SRT10 was made 04, 05, and 06. There's only 3 years that the SRT10 Ram was really made. So I know right now it seems like those trucks might be, you know, somewhat dime a dozen, but there really isn't that many out there for a 3-year run. If you can find OEM rims for $1,200, I would grab them. I actually have the original OEM rims from mine. I don't even really necessarily like the look of them, but I was considering selling them, but you're competing with everybody only wanting to pay the same price for aftermarket SRT10 wheels. So I didn't even really want to sell them, to be honest. So I'm just keeping mine. I originally wanted to sell them, but even though it's a pain in the butt to try to haul those things all over the place with me, I'm keeping them. So I would say if they're OEM and you flip them, and on the inside they have the stamp, and they have the, what the heck is that thing called again? The Chrysler logo, the Pentastar, whatever they call that thing. If it has that, I would definitely grab them for $1,200 if they're clean. We got 40 people in here and only 29 likes. So that means people are being stingy with the thumbs ups. So hit the button. It helps YouTube tell more people to come check us out. So I would appreciate you guys giving me the thumbs up and not being stingy with those likes. David, oh damn, that's badass. I'm gonna grab a couple of shirts. Hell yeah. Any zip-up hoodies, I'll buy one if it's a zip-up. A zip-up hoodie, black with the Boost Motorsports on the back instead of the front. Yeah, I'll have to... I really, I know I keep saying this, but I swear, my life never slows down. So I do want to make some new merch. And, once I get settled in with a new place, I'm really going to, kind of, not rebrand, but really kind of focus on getting some of the stuff situated. If you guys notice, a lot of the other YouTubers, they kind of took the merchandise in their own hands. Right now it's with a third party, so... they take a large chunk of that stuff. Honestly, I only make maybe $1 or $2 off of each shirt because I wanted to keep the price low for you guys. If you guys look at the price of those shirts, they're $20, $30. They're not crazy. I think some of them are even $15. I literally don't make anything off them. I just thought it'd be cool for you guys to have some Boosted Motorsports merch that wasn't gonna break the bank. So that's why I did it that way. But eventually, what I'd like to do is take it in-house, and I can start fulfilling the orders or something like that once we get a little bit bigger. It'll still, it'll keep the price down, but at least it'll kind of make it worth my while rather than right now Teespring collects all the profit from it pretty much. So, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. So with along that, I want to make some new merch and, kind of get some cool stuff going as well. What else? So yeah, I'll have to, I don't think there's any zip-up hoodies, but I'll have to design one, and we'll get that going. But once, like I said, once I relocate, get everything moved, and I get into a new place, and I'm kind of settled in, I'll be able to focus on some of that stuff too. Let's see. My dad owns a 2013 or a stock 2013 Ram 1500 Hemi 6-speed and has 150 pounds of tools and drives his truck daily to work 6 miles a day. He averages 11 miles per gallon and complains. What can he do to improve miles per gallon? It's not a whole lot. In stock form, it's going to be hard to improve on that. If I would ask if he's got the stock wheels, that would be my first question. Stock wheels, if you start putting 35s or something like that, that's really going to change your miles per gallon. As far as gaining miles per gallon, the other thing I would do is if you take off the clutched fan, because especially if he's only driving 6 miles a day, right? So if it's only a 6-mile drive, every time he starts it and drives, the truck is really not up to temperature, and then by the time it gets to temperature, he's probably pretty much home again. So probably has a little bit to do with why it's only averaging 11 miles per gallon if you're always just starting up and doing a short drive. But you could probably help that a little bit by getting rid of the clutch fan. I have a video on that, and installing an electric cooling fan. And then you would have to, with it being 2013, you could still tune it without having to get an unlocked PCM. So tune it so the fan comes on, and yeah, you probably gain a couple miles per gallon just like that. Matt Stang with emojis. If you guys don't know, when you guys become a member, you do get all the access to all those crazy emojis that you see Matt Stang will kind of put in there, and you get the Boosted Motorsports logo next to your name. So if you guys want to hit the join button, you can benefit by that, and you get a bunch of these stickers. I've showed you guys before. Usually I throw in, well, lately I've been throwing in some Hellcat ones. So you get the Boosted Motorsports ones, you get the Hellcat one if you become a member until I decide, or until I run out of these, and you get the Team BMS ones. There we are. So you get the Team BMS as well. So if you hit the join button, you get all those until I run out of the Hellcat ones. You'll be getting those as well in the care package. So let's see what other comments we have. And if you don't have the join button, it's probably because you're on an Apple device. They don't have the join button because Apple wanted to take a percentage of it. So if you go on your computer and go to the website or go to YouTube on your computer, you'll see the join button pop up. Don't ask me why. It's not my rules. I'm just letting you guys know why that might be. Clayton says, have you heard of the Hellcat Hemi? Yep, I've definitely heard of that. And I believe there actually was one at MOPAR in that green Challenger. Dale says, I must be late to the party. I guess you are single and moving on. Sorry to hear that. If you are, all the best. Okay. Matt Stang says, newer style, single cab, lower it to the ground with the Hellcat engine in it. I know. It's kind of the plan. I have some really cool ideas for that single cab. Like I said, I just gotta relocate and we'll start that crazy project. Nathan says, oh, just to kind of touch base on. So my plan for that single cab is I want a 5th gen front end swap it. So I want to put a 5th gen front ends on the 4th gen truck. So give it the newer look. So it has the look of the 5th gen Ram. I also wanted to put a TRX hood on it and TRX fenders. And then I was going to put like wide body fenders on the back. You can get kind of those. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know. I might try to bed swap it with the 5th gen too. I don't know if they have the right size bed though, so I don't know if that would happen. But I probably put a lot of the 2500 5th gen parts on the back, so it'll give it the newer appearance from the back. Put the bigger fenders on it, and then it would be a lowered truck that would be like a wide body truck. I think it's gonna look crazy, you guys. So that's my idea so far. But I just gotta. You guys already probably know I don't BS too much, so if I say something, I'm getting pretty serious about it. Like, if I had said something about the Dakota, oh, I'm going to get a Dakota and put a Hellcat in it and put the whole dash in it and make everything work in the paddle shifters, most people are like, yeah, okay, whatever, buddy. But I think the fact that I got that done, I think I earned a little bit of credibility to my name. So when I say I'm going to do something, you guys can probably have some confidence that I'm actually going to get it done. Nathan says, I love Dodge, but have you ever thought about building a cat eye Chevy? Yeah, I actually like those things too. I know, some Dodge guys might be upset by me saying I like another brand, but I'm just an enthusiast, an automotive enthusiast. So it just so happens that this channel kind of went mostly Mopar, but yeah, I think it'd be cool to build one of those. I just feel like there's so many people have already done that I wouldn't be that unique by building, a cat eye Chevy, but who knows? Darren, they're mint-shaped rims, and I want for my truck. Thanks for advice. No problem. Smash the thumbs ups. I agree. Joshua, can't believe you're not at 100,000 subs yet. Yeah, we kind of plateaued a little bit. So it's the other reason why I want to get some new, fresh content on here. Like, a lot of people were really digging the Hellcat build and stuff like that. But now that it's pretty much complete, we're just working out the bugs. I got to get something else going. But I don't want to. The other reason why I'm kind of stalling a little bit is I don't want to buy another car or a truck and have to relocate that and drag it across the country with me. So just bear with me, you guys. I promise I'll keep it as interesting as possible for the next month or so. But big things are going to be coming. So just let me get relocated so that we can get on the right path and get the new project started. Or more than one project. We've got a bunch of stuff. Dale says, one of my dream builds is an 88 92 or 88 to 92 Daytona, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, then drop in a Gen 3 Hemi. Chrysler used to make a rear wheel drive conversion. Fire O on YouTube of a black one with a Magnuson 6.1. That'd be cool too. David, sell your merch at shows. Yeah, that's the other reason is because it's third party right now. I don't ever touch the merch. Like somebody will place an order on there, they'll make the shirt, print the shirt or sweater or whatever it is, and then they'll send it directly to whoever buys it. So that's why when people say, hey, like how come you don't have any merch at any of the shows or whatever, I don't actually, I never actually have any merch unless it's just unless I order a shirt so I can show you guys. So we're going to change that once we get settled into the new spot. Joshua says, big fan, keep on hitting the throttle. Thank you, sir. Matt Stan with the emojis. Joshua, the Dakota is one of my favorites on the fleet. I know, it's definitely a pretty cool build for sure. I'm not going to lie. Hit the like button. Yes, sir. We're at 38 people watching, 39 likes. Kevin, not sure if you touched on this. I've been out of the loop. Why did you bail on the 5.7 Ram? I was jacked because I have a 2015. Well, I guess a few reasons. So I've had a bunch of those trucks now. I had a 2009 Ram 1500 5.7. That was before I really started doing a lot of content on YouTube. If you guys dig way back in some of these videos or on this channel, you'll find like my OG 09, like I had an 09 Ram 1500 4x4 with a Rough Country 6-inch lift in 2011. Like it was, nobody really had, like those Rough Country lifts had just pretty much come out for the new generation. So I had one, you know, way before a lot of people were really doing stuff with 4th gen Rams. Then I had a 2014. You guys can remember I had two 2014s. I had a 2014 that we, you know, did a bunch of stuff with and went to the track with it, pro charged, did all that stuff and lowered and all that stuff. And then I kind of did a bunch of content with it, and then I kind of got bored. I figured it's a 4-door. I don't want to, you know, turn it into a race truck since it's a 4-door. I figured if I wanted to do it, I would do it with a single cab. So then we put it all back to stock, sold it, and moved on from that. And I was trying to figure out a project. This Dakota RT popped up, and then we started messing around with that. And then I ended up getting another 2014 Ram 1500, and that one was lifted again, but it didn't make sense. Like, I knew I was going to get one of these big trailers, and that, like, just driving around with a lift on it, like, it was laboring just driving around. So I knew if I put a big trailer on it, the thing was just going to be screaming the whole time. So I was going to sell it, and I wasn't sure what I was going to get next. I was actually looking at some 2500 Cummins, and then the EcoDiesel popped up for cheap. As you guys know, we got it, put a new engine in it, and we got the EcoDiesel so cheap that by the time I put the new engine in, it was still cheaper than buying another truck. So we got that, and I wasn't sure how it was going to tow, but it's been towing great. So I'm just going to keep rocking with that, and we'll see where things go. But yeah, we're going to end up with a 5.7 single cab pretty soon again. Not sure how long we'll keep the 5.7 in it before we yank it and put the Hellcat motor in it, but yeah, I've been playing with a lot of that stuff from before, but there will be 5.7 content soon. We still have that 5.7 crate motor in the box. I'm going to put that probably in a Mustang drift vehicle, and we'll go crazy with it in that. So there'll still be 5.7 content, but that's the story on the 5.7 Ram truck. So I've had 3 4th gen Rams with a 5.7 in it, so I'm just kind of a little bit bored of that. That's why I kind of switched it up. Mustang, look forward to that build with the big Ram regular cab short bed with the Hellcat. Yeah, that one's gonna be a fun one. Dale, will you start the Ram swap? Oh, it jumped around. Hold on a second. With an Express model, that's what I'm working on. Cat skin seats, new gauges, infotainment. Yeah, preferably if I could get an Express. Or even, it doesn't even have to be an Express because I'm gonna end up yanking the front end off it. So for the 5th gen front end that I want to put on it. That's the plan, at least. So, and I'm going to end up completely redoing the inside. It's probably going to have race seats in it. So I don't even care what trim it is. As long as it's clean title and it's, you know, straight body and straight truck, that's pretty much all I care about. So I'm probably not going to pay a premium for an RT just to sabotage it. It's kind of just, not that I care about doing it, but, you know, cost effective wise, it just doesn't make sense. I can just do it with a regular one. Darren says, how's the vibration problem with Hellcat lately? Is it all gone now or not? No, so it's still present, but it seems like it's at a little bit higher RPM or higher speed, and it's not as violent, but still there. I'm able to drive it. I'm able to have fun with it. But, you know, high speed stuff, which that's the only time you really get into that. Like, you can highway drive it right now, but you know, if you're going to try to do like a high speed run at a track or a drag strip, that's when we run into the issues. So, yeah, once I get relocated and I'm going to be further east as well, I'll be able to, there's a lot more shops and stuff, like racing shops kind of down south. So I'll be able to link up with somebody that can help me finally iron that out. But I just ran out of time. I got to deal with the house stuff, and at least the truck is operating and working right now. So, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it not being broken in the meantime. Joshua says, midnight pulls into the Dakota. I know, right? Well, if you watch the other video, I don't have the Dakota with me at the moment. So Most people know that it's not here. Clayton, how about a 67 Charger with a Hellcat? That's an expensive project. To find one of those is not cheap. 67 Charger with a Hellcat. I feel like somebody's already done that though. A lot of the older, guys have kind of put the newer power plant in the older vehicles. Why not do a replica of the Ram Runner from 2010 and drop the Hellcat engine in that? I don't really want to do like a Baja type truck. I kind of want to do like a lower, like I want to do a modern day SRT 10 type thing. Obviously it wouldn't be 10 cylinders, but that's my plan. So there was no, like, other than the RT, which really wasn't much. They just kind of just put wheels on the regular 5.7 single cab and, put some nice seats in it and called it an RT. They didn't really make an SRT version in the 4th gen single cab, so that's what I want to try to build. Drake, hey dude from Toledo, Ohio, what's up? Josh, I love the Dakota. That build came out super clean. Thanks, man. Matt Stang, everyone join up for the Platinum membership and get all the behind the scenes content in the community section. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I do post some behind the scenes stuff. There hasn't been too much secrets just yet, but it might be a little bit different. Before it was, Dakota stuff before anybody else saw it, but I'll probably try to give you guys that are the members behind the scenes content. I can probably, honestly, like the guys that are the members, I can kind of, get a little more personal and one-on-one with some of those people because I know they're diehard fans, whereas I don't always post and share stuff with the entire channel because we got the haters watching that stuff too. So that's one nice thing about the membership section is I can post stuff with people that I know are like 100% down with the channel, and all the people like that hate the channel that still watch our content, they don't end up seeing some of this stuff, so they don't get a hold of some of the stuff that's maybe a little bit more personal and try to run with it. So Boosted Motorsports for the win. Thank you, sir. Kevin says, awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate the answer. Looking forward to it. MOPAR Stang. I know, right? SRT Hell. Yeah. I wanted to call it like a Hell Stang or something like that. Well, I guess it won't be a Hellcat swap, but we'll have to come up with a name for it. So let's see. Anything else to kind of update you guys? I know it's been a while, but oh, here's a funny one. So I don't know if this is the actual original setup, but along that crazy long drive, and I was pretty exhausted too, I ended up losing my fuel cap for the EcoDiesel. So I had to order another one. So I don't, like I said, this exact cap was on the EcoDiesel when I bought it, like this. So this was the cap that was on it when I bought it. I don't know if this is the OEM one or somebody already lost it and replaced it, but this was the cap that was on it, this like little diesel cap. And it doesn't have like, normally you take out the cap and it's got like the little, whatchamacallit, it's got like the little like tether cord on it so you don't lose the cap. These don't. So I ended up, like, you end up setting it somewhere, and I usually set it on top of my bed, and I guess I just wasn't thinking, and I pulled off, and I lost my cap. So I ended up having to get another one of these off Amazon, but I don't know if I have something to show you guys. Let's see. It probably won't work. It might actually work. They're actually, how does it work? It should work. Like, I don't know, it's weird. So it's actually a magnet. So I don't know if that's a normal diesel thing. This is the first 4th gen diesel that I've had, but these things are magnets and they don't have a little cord on them, so you're just supposed to take it off and just stick it to something. So I think what I'm gonna do is I saw somebody else, what they did was the arm that when you open the gas flap, there's like that metal arm. I'm just gonna magnetize it to that when I'm not using it, because that way I don't lose again. It wasn't that expensive. It was only like $7, but just a fun fact of owning a 4th gen diesel, I guess. So, but anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up, you guys. I haven't eaten dinner yet. It's just been crazy for me. So I'll probably try doing another live this weekend again. I want to try to do one a little bit earlier and see how that goes with you guys. I know this is kind of late for a lot of guys on the East Coast, so I'll probably try to do one a little earlier. So let me just rip through some questions. Darren says, call it a shit stain. He says, I know, right? No, you know what you need to call it is not a Mustang, a shit stain. People would be so mad if you called it that. Instead of a Stang, call it a stain. Do you go through much DEF fluid with EcoDiesel on those long trips? No. So as far as DEF fluid, when I left here, it was almost full, not even quite full, and I went all the way to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and all the way back. And each way I think is like 2,000 miles. So I put like 4,000 miles on, and I'm just above half of the tank of DEF fluid. And I think it only takes half of the tank is I think like 5 gallons or something like that. Like 2.5. The jugs that the DEF fluid comes in are 2.5 gallons. So I only have to put 2 of those in to be right back full again. So I barely use anything. So I might have used like 5 gallons. And those things are only like $15. So really not that bad on the DEF fluid. Clayton says, it would be cool if you could find the little red express truck and Hemi swap it. Yeah, I'm going to do something cooler. Like, trust me when I say the idea I have in my head, it's going to be super badass. So, Henry says, good luck on moving stuff and stay sane while doing it. That's the plan, man. So, I got a bunch of stuff that I have to sell, and I also have to make some crates for those engines. So, lots of stuff on the way. I'll go live again this weekend, you guys. I just want to try and do a little bit earlier. So, thanks, guys. Dale says, good night from Peterborough, Ontario. All right, take care. My dad's actually from there, so shout out to Peterborough. I'll talk to you guys again this weekend, and have a good weekend.